my God, I had to move way out of the way. Hey everyone, welcome to the CaptainDrone YouTube channel. Check out who's back there. It's Tractor Man. And look at the fog. Look at the fog. So what does CaptainDrone do when there's foggy weather? Well, he takes a plane out to Maiden it. Look at this plane. It's beautiful. So what's so great about this plane? Well, up front, this forward landing gear on a tricycle landing gear system. This is shock absorbing. So when you come down on a hard landing, it moves in and out, which is very nice. Not only that, for the foggy weather, it has 7 LED lights on here. I'll show you a picture of what the 7 LED lights look like. So you have one here, you have a blinky light here, another light here, another blinky light there, and another one on the wingtip over here. I don't know if you can see this one, but this is a blinky red light up there. I'll lift up the camera so maybe you see it a little bit better. Little blinky red light right here. And the 7th light is a blinky light down here. Not only that, look at the little pilot in there. There's actually a pilot and a cockpit. That's pretty sweet. Now this is a full-featured Cessna 1500 millimeter wingtip to wingtip. There's little clips under the wings. You press those in and the wings pop off. Of course, you have a 3-bladed prop, super powerful brushless motor up front, and this is a STOL plane. That's what FMS says, short takeoff and land. So my goal is to take off really quick out there and land really quick out there. And the last thing I want to mention is this plane comes in 2 colors. It comes in the blue version and the red version. So I have the blue version, and my friend Cannon, who just learned how to fly planes, has the red version, and he should be coming out, I don't know, sometime, and I'll film him flying his, and I'll get his opinion of what he thinks. So for me, this is a Maiden, and this camera should pick it up. Look at the weather with the fog and everything. It's so awesome. I'm really looking forward to flying this one. So let's go fly. Oh, before let's go fly, let me show you the battery I'm going to use. I'm going to use a 4000 4S battery. You don't have to use a 4000, you could use a 2200, but the big 4000 will give me tons of flight time, so I'm going to use a 4000. A 2200, half the size of this, will give you about 5 minutes. So with this battery, I'm getting like, what, 8 minutes of flight time, maybe longer? Now you have to admit, this is one sexy, beautiful, gorgeous plane. I will also say that most Cessnas on the market that are high wing and this configuration with tricycle landing gear, which is basically a Cessna, they all fly amazingly well, and they are the choice of people getting into the RC hobby, RC plane hobby. So I'm hoping this one flies well, because then I could recommend it to beginners. All right, let's get the show on the road. I'm gonna put the 4000 milliamp hour LiPo battery in here. You can see me in this camera. There's a little button up top. I'm gonna press it and this whole canopy pops off. And what's really cool on the canopy is the cockpit is right here. I'll show you a close-up of the cockpit. It's pretty cool. So you can modify this any way you want to customize it to your liking. I'll take my Ace Pro camera and show you what the interior looks like. There you go. You see you have tons of space here for a battery. And over here we have our pilot. He's down there waiting to go. He's got his little hands out. Battery's in and the plane just started up, so we're ready to fly. All right, now that our plane is ready to fly, let me show you the surface area. So we'll start with ailerons. There we are, ailerons. Next we have flaps, and there are 3 positions. So position 1, position 2, and there we go. All the way down.
Flaps position 1. Flaps
Take them off. Then at the back we have our rudder and our elevators. And of course up front we have our prop. And you know, this motor actually has reverse thrust. So watch this, I can go forward. And if I flick my little switch here,
reverse thrust,
I can go backwards. Isn't that cool? All right, so the plan is I'm gonna do 2 flights right here. First, I'm gonna take off, fly it around once or twice, and then land it. And then the flight after that, I'm gonna put cameras on it. The reason I don't want to put cameras on it to start with is because I do that in every video, and I throw the CG off. So when I made in these planes, the CG is a disaster. So anyways, 1 flight with no cameras, then a flight with cameras. Let's just aim our plane down the runway, and I'm going to add 1 click of flaps.
Flaps position 1.
There we are. We don't need much this morning. There's no wind. I'll glide it up in the air if I can. There we go. She glides up. Take the flaps off. So I will say, for a Maiden, it really wants to climb up in the air fast. Man, those wings are designed for it to gain lift quickly. So I don't even think this thing wants to fall out of the sky. Here, I'm bringing it down really close to me. You see it in my hat cam? Going over, very slow. It looks pretty cool. Super simple to fly, as expected with the Cessna. Okay, so you probably can't see it on my hat cam too much because of the fog, so I will bring it over this way really slow. I'm gonna try to get it to go almost walking speed, like super slow. I'm gonna turn here. It's supposed to have no stall factors or tendencies, so I'm really slow coming around a corner. I'm almost like in landing speed here. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. Oh my God, that is incredible. I was just threading the throttle, just like threading it so I could just keep the wheels off the ground. Okay, we're gonna come and land it this time. So this time here, I'm gonna land it, let it come down. Oh, it's a hard landing. What? There we go. All right, reverse thrust.
Reverse thrust.
Turn it around and then bring it back to me. There we go. And reverse thrust.
Reverse thrust.
Stop there. Let's put some cameras on it. Hopefully I don't throw the CG off too much. Okay, all cameras are on. Let's go. Second flight. Take off. Whoa, she goes up so fast. This is definitely an STOL plane, short takeoff and land plane. All right, it's foggy, so I can't go too far away from me because I can't see it. People want to see if it goes fast. Here's a fast pass. There we are. Let the cameras going. And let's come back towards me and do a faster pass. I'll just keep it up a little bit. There's a fast pass. Full blast. I don't know if you can see that with the fog, but I'll try that again. Come down. Oh, she's in the fog. I can't even see it. I don't want to go in the fog too much because the lenses on the cameras are going to get all full of water. So just in case the cameras are full of water, I'm going to keep it really close to me because if those cameras on the plane are not doing anything, then that video is useless. So here, I've got it going super slow. Look at this, right by me. It's an awesome plane and it flies with all that weight. I've got 3 cameras on it. I don't know if all 3 cameras are working, but it flies with all 3 of them. Look at this thing. And up. Whoa, she goes. So if you're wondering right now, do I recommend this plane for beginners? Yes, I think beginners could have a lot of fun, but make sure you've flown at least one other plane before you fly this one. Yeah, so as soon as you have the skill of flying a plane towards you and away from you, then you should be able to fly any plane. With all the weight of the cameras, I can't go too slow because that adds a lot of weight to it now, but here, I'll try to go slower. I can feel the cameras on it, but there we go. That's the slow pass with all that weight. It's pretty darn good. All right, full speed up and then we'll do a loop. Going up and a loop. There we go. Oh. Okay, let's bring her down for a landing. There, we're just gliding down. I'll bring it close, the plane closer to me. Bring it over here. And then reverse thrust.
Reverse thrust.
Stop it, backwards.
Forward.
And then bring her back. So yes, with all my cameras on here, I did notice a difference in the CG. So Canon has just arrived at the field and he's pulling out his Cessna. He has the red version. Ooh, look at that. Looks the same as mine, but in red. And look at how careful he is with it. He doesn't want to scratch it or damage it in any way, shape, or form. So here's my plane. It's blue, and of course it has the CaptainDrone sticker. And here we have Canon's plane. We got these at the same time, so I've flown mine, he hasn't flown his. But we have some funny news. Canon, what did you forget to bring to fly your plane?
Charged batteries and my transmitter.
So he brought his plane, but no batteries and no transmitter.
I was a little too excited to fly this morning.
Yeah, I could tell. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let Canon fly mine since they're identical. So I won't put any cameras in mine. I'll just let him fly it using my radio. And we'll see what he thinks. Here we go.
Right.
So Canon, this is it. Are you a bit nervous?
No,
No.
I mean it's a Maiden, so a little bit, but not really now, not at this point.
Okay, perfect then.
I've been flying for 2 weeks.
You've been flying for 2 weeks, you should be fine. All right, so you're going to love this Cessna. Anytime, buddy. Then pull off the flaps and she'll level out. Nicely done. Canon, what are your initial thoughts?
Yeah, it's very smooth, it flies easy, it's quiet, it's just beautiful plane. It's very scale. It looks really nice in the air.
Do you think a beginner could fly this if they've flown one plane before this?
Yeah, oh, for sure, especially with the tricycle landing gear. And it's super light, so it just floats. Yeah. I start off with the Maul, and I find this is, the Maul is a really nice plane. I love flying it, but I find this is much easier to fly. Yeah, like a large scale trainer.
So Cannon's going to bring it in for a landing. This is going to be his first landing on the Cessna. And fingers crossed it all goes well. It glides. You can actually shut off the throttle. She will glide, but you may need to give it some elevator just before she touches. You can see.
Hot.
Yeah, I'll just get the hell out of the way. Oh my God, I had to move way out of the way. But you're down. There you go, buddy.
Yeah.
Good job, good job. I didn't know if that was going to land on my face or the runway. Bring it on back and then give me your final thoughts. All right, that was awesome, Cannon. Excellent maiden flight for you. So what did you think?
No, the plane flew great. It wasn't my best landing, but I brought it in a little bit too quick. But no, it's very light, flies easy. Yeah, I think almost like as you would say, CaptainDrone, your grandmother could fly this one.
Yeah, grandma approved, yes.
So other things I really like about the plane is I love how you have access to the cockpit. I don't have that with them all. I like how the wings just pop on, pop off with clicks. So it's probably the easiest build I've ever done, for sure. Even the spinner just clicks on place. So for me, you know, with a 1.5 meter wingspan, it's kind of hard getting into the small car, so I can just click off the wings in a couple of minutes. I don't need any screwdrivers, and just put it back together on the field, and it's great. I'm ready to rock.
Now, one other bonus on this plane that I did mention is that to assemble it, you require no glue. It just snaps together. Everything just fits together nicely. So let me show you me taking this out of the box and assembling it. It's really fast, so watch this. This is the box the Cessna ships in, and inside the box you'll see that everything is well packaged. Items in the box include the owner's manual, the main wings, the main wing supports, and the main wing spars, the horizontal stabilizer as well as the vertical stabilizer. Then you have the main fuselage, and you'll notice everything's already been pre-installed. I should also mention that the main fuselage comes in 2 sections. You also have the tricycle landing gear and the tricycle landing gear locking bracket. A 3-bladed prop and nose spinner are included, as well as a bag containing all the hardware necessary to assemble the plane. And now let me show you how easy it is to assemble this plane. First, pass the 2 wires from the vertical stabilizer into the tail section. Then pull the wires through so they hang out the end. Remove the top layer off the 3M tape. Now press down on the vertical tail section until it sits flush in the fuselage. Now locate the small size wing spar, pass it through the hole in the tail section. Slide a horizontal stabilizer over both ends of the wing spar and then push the horizontal stabilizers together so they secure themselves. Then connect the control rod to the servo and the control horn as shown here. Now take the 2 sections of the fuselage and match up all the wires. Elevator to elevator, rudder to rudder, and the lighting to the lighting. Stuff all the wires in one section of the fuselage and then connect both ends of the fuselage together. Secure the fuselage with 2 screws. One screw goes into the bottom and the second screw goes into the top. To install the landing gear, simply put it into position and then cover it with the included securing bracket. Then lock the landing gear into position with the included 4 screws. To install the nose gear, you must unscrew the battery tray and remove it. Next, find the nose landing gear, the control horn, and 1 black screw. Slide the nose gear through the fuselage, secure it in place with the control horn and the 1 black screw. To install the main wings, insert the main wing spar through the main fuselage. Then take one of the main wings and set the locking mechanism to unlock. Slide the wing onto the wing spar, push it into position, and then lock the wing in place. Do the same for the opposite wing. Next, locate the 2 wing supports and make note of the fact that they do say left and right. Each end slides into a groove on the plane. To install the propeller assembly, first install the base plate. Next, install the 3-bladed prop with the graphics pointing outwards. Then add the metal washer. Then screw on the locking nut and tighten the locking nut into position. Then add the nose cone, it snaps into position. And the final part of the assembly is adding the antennas. They simply slide onto the top portion and lock in place. There's also one for the rear, just slide it on and lock it in, and your assembly is done. So what more can I say? It's a Cessna, and Cessnas have always been awesome planes. They look incredible in the air. They're easy to fly because they're high wing, and they have tricycle landing gear, so they're easy to land. You can come in fast or slow. So really good plane, and you can fly them off grass, you can fly them off gravel like I'm doing here, or off pavement or concrete. It's up to you. If you're new to the RC plane hobby and you're looking for your second plane, this would be one to consider because it's not super expensive. Some of these planes come with reflex, FMS reflex in them, which is a gyro to help you out, especially for beginners. So if you're new at flying RC planes and you look on the website to buy this, you might have the option of buying one with FMS reflex or one without. The price will be a little bit different. All right guys, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have questions on this Cessna, well then post your questions below and I'll get back to you. But for now I say thanks for watching this video on this foggy morning. It's very calm out here. Calm now because Tractor Man is gone. Listen, just the birds, not Tractor Man. All right, guys, thanks for watching the video. I'll catch you in a future video with many more reviews. Until then, I say bye.